What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm starting this legendary stream with SSJ.
What's good?
So I don't know if you're a huge Ninja Turtle fan, but if you're not, I'm trying to get you into this universe because the old Ninja Turtle stuff is good. I'm not talking about that silly, cheesy cartoon in the 90s. I'm talking about the legendary old school comics that had dark, epic moments. So I'm just starting this comic book collection too. So I'm gonna show y'all the comics I bought today. Then we're gonna do a reaction to this video. So let me show y'all the comics real quick. Um, I'm trying to make sure there's no glare light. This is number 6 of the TMNT.
Okay.
This is number 8 of the TMNT of the Archie series. Y'all should try that out. This, I like this. This is number 12 of the TMNT. And y'all see a black Ninja Turtle. This was when Raphael wanted to wear on a black costume to be a superhero, to be his own like individual superhero. So that
Oh,
was,
that's dope.
yeah, I would love an action figure of Raphael with the black suit. This is number 10. I just bought this stuff today at a small comic book show at a hotel. This is number 7. I love some of the art on these comics. This is the first issue. This is a third print though, but it's still the first issue. I don't really care for second, third, fourth prints. I like as long as the story is there, that's all that matters to me.
True.
Yeah, a lot of people they cry, "Oh, it's not first print." I don't care. This is number 2 issue of the Archie comic. This is actually first print, and this is actually worth some money. This is number 14. This is beautiful right here.
Yeah, that looks dope. I like that art.
I can't wait to read it. This is number 21 of the Archie comics. I know I got like a small camera and everything. And this is number 22 of the TMNT comic. And these stories could get really dark, and you're going to see that during a reaction video of how dark these stories could get. This is number 17 of the TMNT.
Oh, I
And
like
then,
that art.
oh yeah, this is the last one that I got is number 19, and I got 12 of these issues out of 72. So I got a long journey to go. But I'm excited because once I have them all, I got them all. I have the full storyline of the Archie TMNT comics. So let's do a reaction of this video, and then we can speak our opinions at the end.
Hello, I am Gray for How Bizarre Studios, and today I will be talking about the Archie Comics Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures comics. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series came out at the end of 1987, and it was an instant hit. The toy line associated with the show was also a great hit in 1988, but this introduced a problem. In order to make the toys and the show, the franchise had to be adapted to a younger audience. Kids were definitely not supposed to read the original, more adult-oriented Mirage comics. So a comic book adaptation of the TV show was published in August 1988 by Archie Comics. It was a miniseries adapting the first season, written and penciled by Michael Dooney and inked by Dave Garcia. By March of 1989, Archie started a new ongoing series, adapting episodes from Season 2 of the show. But this universe became its own after issue number 4, which adapted the episode The Incredible Shrinking Turtles. The Eye of Sarnath storyline, which took several episodes of the second season, had a different ending. and as we would learn later, a different backstory as well. Starting with issue number 5, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures started publishing original stories in a universe that was separate from both the TV show and the Mirage comics. Many of the plots revolved around environmental issues, a common subject in Steve Murphy's stories, who wrote in this book under the pseudonym of Dean Clarraine. He would sometimes co-plot with Ryan Brown and Chris Allen. Many artists worked on the book, like Ken Mitroni, Chris Allen, Jim Lawson, Gene Colan, Garrett Ho, Dan Berger, Gray Morrow, Brian Thomas, and more. The series also had spin-off miniseries and specials, plus team-up stories with other kid-friendly franchises, like Archie. These are some of the most notable characters of this universe. Cuddly the Cowlick was an alien cowhead that could transport beings and things throughout space in his mouth. It was created by Steve Levine and brought into the Turtleverse in Tales of the TMNT number 52. Like many other characters in the lore, Cuddly seems to be the same character every time he shows up in a new incarnation. Ninjara, also known as Umiko, was a non-mutated, fox-like woman. She joined the Turtles in their adventures and became Raphael's girlfriend for a while. Being created by Stephen Murphy and Chris Allen, she continued to exist in her own comic outside of Archie Comics, but was more adult-oriented. Man Ray was a mutated marine biologist named Jack Finney. He was based on Ray Fillet from the toy line and became the leader of the Mutanimals. He was created by Stephen Murphy and Ryan Brown. Slash was an alien snapping turtle, exiled in the prison planet of Morbus after seeking revenge for his shattered world, Palmadice. He joined Krang briefly, but then stayed on Earth, making short cameos every now and then. Jaguar was the son of Juntara and the powerful Jaguar spirit. Despite the obvious dialogues in Spanish, the character used to live in the Brazilian rainforest. He later joined the Mutanimals. He was created by Michael Dooney. Null was a businessman that seemed to be demonic in nature. He was responsible for the death of the Mutanimals. Perhaps to fix his misogynistic nature, he was changed into a female character in future incarnations. Dreadmon was a South African native who was sent to Jamaica by his father to put him at safety from the apartheid. But he was poor, and one day, after stealing a talisman, it imbued him with super speed. The abuse of the talisman powers made him transform into a Tasmanian devil-like character. He was created by Ryan Brown and Stephen Murphy. Maligna was the matriarch of a vicious society of insect-like aliens who attempted to overtake planet Earth for its natural resources. Wingnut and Screwloose were survivors of a genocide in their home world, caused by Krang. They later joined the Mighty Mutanimals. This wasn't Wingnut's first appearance, as he debuted first in a mini-comic that came out with the TMNT serial. They were created by Ryan Brown. Armagon was a mutant shark from the future. He was created by Peter Laird and Stephen Murphy. Cherubay was a vanguard of Dimension X, who transformed Jess Harley into Leatherhead, and later joined the Turtles in their fight against Krang and Maligna. Finally, the most notable addition to the lore was the creation of the Mighty Mutanimals. Despite their name, only 2 were mutants. They had a short-lived spin-off series that was cancelled and followed by their sudden deaths. At the time, co-creators Ryan Brown and Stephen Levine pitched a TV animated series for the fall of 1993. The show was rejected by Fred Wolf, who was producing the TMNT series at that time, so the series was shopped around and found a home at Ruby Spears. But legally, there were big questions as to whether this show would be connected to the Fred Wolf show. The Turtles were going to appear, and Ninjara was going to be a Mutanimal. To complicate things further, some of these characters already appeared in the Fred Wolf series as villains. All those issues aside, there was another problem. Playmates was supposed to release a toy line for the show, but they quickly noticed that most of these characters had been released previously in their TMNT line. Therefore, they didn't see the potential, and despite Ruby Spears wanting to do the cartoon, without a supporting toy line, the show was cancelled. Perhaps in spite, all the Mutanimals were killed off in a single panel after this happened. Did I mention this was supposed to be for kids? Well, I think you can see where the situation is going.
Hello, bud.
In the first 7 original stories, the Turtles met new characters like Man Ray, Leatherhead, Wingnut and Screwloose, Cuddly, Rat King, Worm, Scumbag, and Chameleon. During these issues, the Turtles got abducted into the intergalactic wrestling competition. These issues also introduced Ace Duck. Issues 12 and 13 introduced Maligna and dive deeper into the mysterious Cherubay, opening a path into the formation of the Mutanimals. In that story, Krang was taken to the prison planet Morbus. Shredder was sent to a regular prison, and Bebop and Rocksteady were sent to a paradise planet. This took them out of the comic. Almost. Issues 14 to 18 introduced individual Mutanimals to the Turtles or to each other: Jaguar, Dreadmon, and Mondo Gecko. In issues 19 and 20, the series introduced Null and the formation of the Mighty Mutanimals: Man Ray, Jaguar, Dreadmon, Leatherhead, Wingnut, and Screwloose, and eventually Mondo. This is where they got their spin-off miniseries. For issues 21 to 25, the Turtles had their final confrontation with...
Oh shit, I got number 19. Let me see. I got that issue. I got the first appearance of Mondo.
Where, bro?
Oh my god, I might got some money right here. I'm trying to go to the to that issue he said. Let me see. Yeah, I got that issue.
That's the one you just showed, right?
Yep, that's crazy. And that's the first appearance of Mondo. Hello, I might got some money.
Got some gold on you.
Hell yeah, I might
You're rich.
I might have to look how much that comic's worth.
You're rich.
Because I went to like a comic show, and it's kind of like a garage sale for comics. So
That's cool.
A lot of those people probably didn't know what they had. Because a lot of those issues I bought for $5, and I know they're worth way more than that. But I'm gonna keep going, and I can't believe I got that issue. Holy shit.
The series introduced Null and the formation of the Mighty Mutanimals: Man Ray, Jaguar, Dreadmon, Leatherhead, Wingnut, and Screwloose, and eventually Mondo. This is where they got their spin-off miniseries. For issues 21 to 25, the Turtles had their final confrontation with Krang, also fighting Vid Vicious and Slash. Then the Turtles started traveling around the world, in a saga that is considered culturally insensitive, and was therefore not collected in its entirety. The Turtles and April went to Japan in issues 28 to 30. There they met Ninjara, who joined the Turtles and became an instant romantic interest for Raphael. The Turtles would travel for 7 issues, in an arc ending in the intergalactic wrestling competition, where Donatello finally became a champion. The next big arc was the Future Shark trilogy, which introduced Armagon. This saga took yet another step into a darker path. In the comic book that already tackled the apartheid, sexism, slavery, genocide, corruption, and all sorts of cynical topics. While the future of Earth was shown before in this run, the repercussions of climate change were an essential part of this story. Writer Stephen Murphy would later continue the same future forecast into the main TMNT books. Issues 46 to 47 led to the Black Hole trilogy, where we finally got the resolution for the Sarnath arc from issue number 4. It was around this time when the Mutanimals were killed off, and Slash became a martyr, dying to put an end to Maligna. That last big story was between issues 62 to 66, promoting the Cyber Samurai Mutant Ninja Turtles that were already a part of the Playmates toy line. After announcing the Forever War saga that would close a number of open plots, Stephen Murphy was let go off Archie Comics because his scripts were too dark and violent. Hitler blowing his brains out and interspecies relationship were probably too much for the younger audiences and their parents. The Forever War saga was cancelled, and the book itself only lasted 2 more issues in 1995. Archie did publish a final mini-series named Year of the Turtle, written by Dan Slott and penciled by Hugh Haynes. This served as the last story of this universe. The Forever War story would remain in limbo for years, with Mirage at some point promising to publish it and with some pages already in existence and even colored. But when Viacom bought the Turtles, this project got cancelled. It is still possible for this saga to be published in some way or another. IDW has publishing rights for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles adventures, so that could still happen. It is worth saying that comic books at the time were starting to come out of their grim and gritty phase in general. But deaths and shocking events were part of the comic book landscape even in 1995. This book ended up being a more serious take on the 1987 cartoon, kind of like what the TV show would have been with the Mirage Comics staff in charge of it. At some point, this book was more than likely outselling the original comic book. The additions to the TMNT lore were essential for the franchise, not only creating characters that would make
Did you hear that? He said this storyline, these Archie Ninja Turtle comics, was selling more than the original Ninja Turtle comics. That's how amazing and iconic these Archie Ninja Turtle comics is. So I would advise anybody, if y'all live by comic book stores, get these comics before they're overpriced.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for them soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I would advise anybody to get them. I'm starting my collection now. Like I said, I'm 12 in. I got more to go, 72 issues all the way through. And I'm excited, but that's just insane that this was selling more than the original Ninja Turtle comic book storyline. That's crazy. Now let's keep going. This video about to end soon.
it into future incarnations, but also introducing characters from the toy line. That is all for today. If you enjoyed this video, press the like button and leave a comment. Thanks for watching.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That made me look at the Turtles in a different light, because I knew that they were a little bit darker in the comics, but I didn't know they were that much darker. And that's, some of those stories sound interesting. So now I just go and start looking for some of these comics too.
Yeah, I would advise. I've been calling comic book stores everywhere. That a lot of the stores just don't have it. I'm glad I went to that little garage sale thing for comics, or I would even have had these 12 issues online. They're just ridiculously expensive. So I guess I got to keep coming to comic book shows to get these issues. You got time for another video or no?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to do a reaction. Wait a second. The turtles.
Some of those other animal characters sound interesting too. I like those characters be seen in like new Turtles cartoons, movies and stuff.
I'm excited. I'm excited to get to this adventure, man. I feel like once the set is complete, like my destiny will be there. Yeah. I'm a huge nerd. I try not to show it, but I love this stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm one of those nerds too.
Yeah.
But what's funny is that it seems like it's starting to be more popular to be a nerd now. But then
And
these
that
nerds aren't really nerds. They don't really read the comics though.
exactly. They're just
They
what
just
do
want the title.
yeah, they just want the title and all the things that come with it. But these people ain't really nerds. They're culture vultures.
Facts.
It's too many culture vultures out here, man.
Like when
Okay.
you said you heard a female saying, "Oh, I'm a Star Wars fan," and couldn't name any Star Wars characters, I was like, "Yeah, that's how it always is."
I'm seriously thinking about making a video going downtown Indianapolis and asking females, can you name me 5 to 10 Star Wars characters? I'm seriously thinking about doing that just to prove to Star Wars that most females don't care about Star Wars. So why are you feminizing it so much?
Facts. You
Yeah.
should
You
send it to
you
Star
you should
Wars.
really you should really ask them if that name top 5 superheroes.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna watch one more video and talk about this. I am a fan of Raphael with the black suit in the TMNT Archie comics, and this is gonna explain why he got the suit and everything.
Okay.
Friended it, followed it.
The Ninja Turtles have worn a lot of cool outfits over the years. Some fans loved when Raphael wore a hat and trench coat in the 1990 movie. But some fans think Raphael's coolest outfit ever came in issue number 7 of the Archie Adventures comic books. The Turtles are entered in a wrestling match, and all of them wear new clothes in the ring. The Turtles almost have a superhero look, and Raphael is dressed in all black. Head to toe, his entire head and body are covered in black. And not just a black shirt and black pants. It's like he's wearing a skin-tight bodysuit that covers every inch of his body, head, and shell. As a ninja, this set of clothes really makes a lot of sense to blend into the shadows and hide. In some panels, you can just see Raphael's eyes and teeth. His character is colored with dark blue highlights to give him some form and shape, and I think this is such a unique look. One of the coolest things about Raphael's black costume is that he continues wearing it in the next bunch of issues. I thought this bit of continuity really shows the Archie comics are on a great trajectory. The other Turtles don't wear the wrestling outfits for much longer. They take off the wrestling clothes, but Raph keeps his on. The black suit pretty much just becomes Raphael's regular look for about 10 issues after it's introduced in issue number 7. The colorist for these issues is Barry Grossman. The colors in the Archie Turtles comic books look so great, and Barry Grossman is the reason why. At one point, Splinter asks Raphael why he dresses differently than his brothers. Raphael explains that his suit will help him at night, and it's nighttime for half of every day. Other than that, they really don't mention it that much in the dialogue. Everyone just kind of rolls with it. Raphael and the rest of the Turtles really just carry on with their regular adventures, and Raph wears the all-black suit. It's almost kind of bizarre that the Ninja Turtles Adventures team decided to include this jarring new look so early in the comic book. They had just started writing original stories instead of just adapting the 1987 episodes to comic form, and suddenly Raphael looks completely different. It's a really risky and brave choice to drastically change the look of a main character, especially since the book was so young at this point. It's awesome that they decided to give Raphael a distinct look. I like when the Turtles look a little different than each other. I know in the original Mirage comics, the Turtles all look exactly the same with the red bandanas, but I'm fine with the Turtles having individual characteristics. I like when their looks have a little personality too. It might have been confusing for kids that picked up this comic after watching the cartoon, and Raphael is no longer the red one, he's the black one. It's like they spilled ink on the page, he's not just shaded a little darker. And even though Raphael's black costume could be viewed as a strange choice, it works very well. It doesn't end up being that weird. But eventually Raphael changes the all-black outfit. He takes off the top part of the black suit and wears just black pants. He looks great without a bandana too. This black outfit carries over from issue to issue and gives the comic a sense of continuity. I think this is such an awesome look. It's really cool that the artists and writers decided to take such a weird chance. The Turtles team could have pushed for a bunch of different changes for the Turtles, but instead, they landed on an all-black wrestling uniform for Raphael, and it looks great. After a while, the black pants are turned into black shorts as the Archie comics progress. The Turtles Adventures team really did a great job making an arc of Raphael's clothing. It seems kind of trivial or stupid, but this shows that they really gave the readers a lot of credit. The writers and artists weren't making a comic book for babies. They had to assume the kids that read the comic weren't complete idiots to understand what was going on. And most kids did understand and liked what was going on. It seems like kids enjoyed Raphael's black suit. Readers asked about his black suit in letters to the editor. It definitely caught their attention. It was different. Some kids even sent in their own original artwork of Black Suit Raphael. Raphael's black suit had quickly become a fan favorite version of Raphael. Raphael finally changed back to his regular look in issue 19. Raphael's black suit arc was featured in over 10 issues, and some wish he would have kept wearing the dark wrestling costume forever. This look really resonated with fans. I think the Turtles team realized they had something special in their comic book, because in issue 37, the Turtles wrestling uniforms are brought back, and Raphael wears his black outfit again. This issue almost feels like a nostalgic victory lap for the Adventures team. It came out around 3 years after the first appearance of Raphael's all-black suit. A lot had changed with the Turtles from 1989 to 1992, so bringing back this costume was a brilliant move from the Turtles team. Raphael looks so great in a dark uniform, and I'm happy that this outfit is celebrated by Ninja Turtles fans. Even years later, Ninja Turtle fans make their own custom black suit Raphael figures. So I'd like to give a big thank you to everyone who worked on the comic for taking chances and being so creative. Raphael's look in the Archie comics is legendary, and it's no surprise that Raphael's all-black suit has become a fan favorite. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment and share this video. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more Ninja Turtles videos like this.
My bad, my bad. Do y'all got time for one more video or no?
Yeah, I can watch another.
Okay, this is the last one. I just want y'all to know specifically certain stories that I like from the Archie Ninja Turtle comics. But this will be the last one for sure because I'm a huge fan of this story, and I definitely gotta get the comics of this.
Now I kind of wish they had an action figure of that black suit.
I think they do. I bet you it's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, probably. That was pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I bet you it's worth. I should look that up. I should look that up on eBay or something because it's definitely probably not going to be in Amazon. Let me see. I'm looking it up.
There go your friend, Tyrone.
Whoa. You said who?
There go your friend right there in the video, Tyrone Magnus.
Shit, not mine. That dude's a trip. He know he could do reaction videos for black YouTubers that's trying to make it. Because that's his channel now, a reaction channel.
Yeah, like, did he ever do anything else besides reaction videos?
I'm not sure, but it's crazy. Like I do deep story videos, storytelling. I get a couple of hundred views. He watches somebody else's video and get 40, 50,000. How does that work?
Reaction videos are, I don't know, they're stupid to me.
Yeah, reaction channels are try. I could see it if you do it once in a while, like I'm doing it, but
yeah,
but doing it in every single video almost, that's trash. Damn, I cannot find this. Let me see. I cannot find my video. I hate when I can't find my video.
Did you save it under a saved playlist?
Nah, I need to start doing that.
That's what I started doing because I hate when that happens too. When you can't find it.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, I hate that shit. I cannot find that.
Usually I just like the video and it'll be under your like videos playlist.
That's crazy. I probably have to go under history and check 2 weeks ago. I think that's the last time I saw it. Oh, that's hilarious. Shit. What's the last video you seen from me on my regular channel?
Well, before I got on the stream, I was watching your rant that you were doing about the Channing Tatum or whatever, the guy playing Gambit. I wanted to play Gambit.
I don't understand why they're getting that bastard to do it. He doesn't look like Gambit. He just doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't look like Gambit. There's a reason why they never gave him the movie in the first place, because there was talks about it many years ago about wanting him to play Gambit. And I guess he's an fan and wanting to play Gambit, and then they said they were going to do it, and then they canceled it, and then they said they were going to do it again, and they canceled it. So I don't know.
I wonder, did they paid him? Because you know, a lot of actors when they cancel the movie, they still get paid.
Yeah.
Because I heard Nicolas Cage got paid 20 million for that Superman movie that never came.
Yeah, Justin. I know Michael Keaton got paid for Batgirl, which was canceled because he filmed like a lot of scenes for that. So
That's crazy.
yeah, maybe he did get paid.
Shit, I would love to be an actor, and I'm getting paid for a movie that still didn't even come out.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna try to do the same thing you're doing. I looked up that Facebook thing for Orlando, so I'm gonna try to hopefully see if I get hit up by somebody. I'm gonna take a headshot pictures too.
you said do what again?
Because you said there was a thing on Facebook for like talents and agencies or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I found that same one that you said, but it's for my city, which is Orlando,
yeah,
Florida. So hopefully somebody hits me up soon. I took a couple of headshot pictures.
yeah. And then you got to look at that page every day because a lot of times people need actors. So every day it could be a movie position or a TV show or something. I wish I could tell you about my project, but I don't want people to know on air. But I'm working on something really special.
Okay, I bet.
I'll let you know like in a private Discord or something.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
But I'm working on something really crazy, and I just don't want to say it on air because I don't want people to get ideas of the stuff that I'm trying to put out.
Gotcha, no problem.
Hell yeah.
No problem.
I better find this video or I'm
And
gonna
I think I
harm
watched your Hulk video that you did. Usually, if I'm working my summer job, I'll sometimes play one of the live streams because it's those live streams are long enough to make my shift go by faster.
that's what I do at work. I listen to my live streams while my phone is in my pocket. I listen to the live streams and I stalk and put up stuff on the shelves or whatever.
Same, that's what I do.
That's what I
Yep,
do too.
yep.
Because they're entertaining and some of them are like 4 hours, 5 hours long. So that's long enough to pretty much get me through most of the shift. And I'm just sitting there laughing. My manager's like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like, "My boys on YouTube are cracking us up in this stream."
Yeah, yeah, those live streams have been crazy. I only been doing live streams for like a year and it just goes up and up.
Yeah, they something else.
Yeah, those live streams. Whew. I had to cut some people out. I finally found a freaking video.
Oh,
Jesus
okay, bet.
Christ. Okay, it's about the 16-minute video, and then that'll be the last video we do.
What if you could do SEO?
TV show.
Okay,
It started as a
let me share this video. Okay, it was already shared.
toy line concept and expanded into comics and a TV show. But the way it was used in the Archie comics pretty much guaranteed the cancellation of the title. In today's video, I will be talking about the Cyber Samurai Ninja Turtles and their different interpretations on TV, comics, and toys. The origin of these Cyber Samurai Turtles came from the Playmates toy line. The Wave was released in 1994, consisting of 4 Ninja Turtles, Shredder and Bebop. Cyber Samurai versions of Rocksteady and a Foot Soldier were designed and prototyped but were never produced. Another action figure that would have come out with this wave was a giant mecha turtle that, while it was advertised, it was also never produced. Or at least not officially, and this figure would have been able to contain a mini mutant turtle inside. But what were they? Well, that depends on the interpretation, and there are at least 3 different takes on this concept. The toys were the turtles in cybernetic suits, with the mecha turtle being a giant robot. But as to why they were in these suits, it was never clear. The blisters suggested that the turtles were either prepared for or in the future. This ambiguity was reflected in its different adaptations, but more on that later. This wave was inspired by Japanese anime, but just knowing that there was going to be a giant turtle makes me think that they were trying to compete with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The figures themselves were a little bit taller than the regular turtles and came with throwable mechanic fists. This was already a different approach from what the cartoon did, but more about that later. Mirage Comics published a comic in 1994 for the CBS Action Zone block to sell the line. It contained small stories for the Skeleton Warriors, Wildcats, and the Ninja Turtles, but the Ninja Turtle story was its own continuity. I will explain it at the end of this video. But before going into the different adaptations of the Cyber Samurai Turtles, it is worth mentioning that in 2017, Nickelodeon released a small short named Teenage Mecha Ninja Turtles, which took place in the year 2090 when Michelangelo led 4 human teenagers to fight crime inside mecha turtle robots. This short in itself will come to your mind several times during this video, as it had many things in common with stories from the past. The main interpretation that I feel many of you probably remember the most is the Archie Comics saga known as Dreamland. But because it was a marketing strategy, the covers only displayed the Cyber Samurai banner instead of Dreamland, like they would have typically done. This saga was a sequel to the Future Shark trilogy, but it was the first arc centered entirely around the Turtles from 2094. The present-time Turtles do not appear in it, which meant that for 5 months, they weren't the stars of their own comic, unless you consider their future selves the same Turtles. But for many, this saga also represents the moment Murphy and Allen went too far with the dark plots. This kind of story would have worked perfectly for other publishers, but they were pushing the envelope for Archie Comics standards, and you will understand why in a moment. As I said, the story took place in 2094. Verminator X hacked into NASA servers to see what the Hubble 2 telescope was looking at and was quickly underwhelmed by the dull image of an asteroid belt. But as he looked closer, he saw an alien ship hidden among the asteroids and heading towards Earth. I will mention NASA a couple of times, but they will not do anything in this story, not even find out about the most obvious things happening that really pertain to their jurisdiction. But we don't know how big NASA was in that future. All we know is that there were many space stations around Earth. On Earth, the Turtles were living on their own. Raphael and his fox wife, Mescal, owned a bar. Leonardo had a school with 4 students he was training to combat crime. Michelangelo worked at an orphanage, and Donatello continued working on Turtle Co., the company he founded. Because this story was technically about dreams, we started it by experiencing one of Raphael's nightmares, where he defeated all his enemies, not caring about an acid rain corroding him down to his bones. He woke up next to Mescal, his wife, not Minjara, as she passed away years ago of old age. If you are thinking Raphael has a type, you are probably correct. This was also the first time a Ninja Turtle was married in TMNT history. At Turtle Co., Donatello was trying to repair the time-slip generator after all the modifications done by Armageddon. While attempting to remove Hitler's brain from it, the generator activated and opened a window to Germany at the end of World War II. Worried about this, Donatello shut down the machine. He then received a video call from Leonardo, who was with his students, Nabucco, who was April's great-granddaughter, Miles, Carmen, and Bob. Leo told Donnie that around 3 a.m., they found a delivery boat being waylaid by a commando team. When Leo and his students jumped on them, they ate down a pill that vaporized them. Since all the boat was transporting was a bunch of gyroscope parts bound for one of the space stations, Leo feared they were going against terrorists. Donatello acted quickly and took one of his new creations, a cyber suit that allowed him to fly. He visited Mikey, while Leo visited Raph. All 4 of them went out on patrol with their cyber suits. They stopped some zombots, that is, computerized cadavers sent by Verminator X. They were trying to steal more NASA parts for his plans to get technology from that alien spaceship. Since they were made of high-grade polyzirconium, it was evident to them that Verminator X was behind it, as biocybernetics was also his area of expertise. Us readers were already exposed to this kind of creation, as the gang of 4 that killed the mutanimals were zombots as well, albeit with distinct personalities. Tired of the Turtles messing with his plans, Verminator X went out to kill Mikey, who had no chance against all of the Verminator upgrades despite having the cyber armor. He would have killed him if it weren't for the sudden appearance of the alien from the spaceship Verminator saw before. The alien's name was Craniac, and if you are thinking he sounded a lot like Brainiac, just wait until you hear what his gimmick was. In any case, Verminator and Craniac escaped in their spaceship, surprising Raph. When he tried to alert Mikey, he noticed that his brother wasn't responding. That was when he found him unconscious. Mikey ended up in a semi-coma at Turtle Cove, but the hunt to stop the Verminator had to wait because Donatello was surprised to see that the time slip generator was on again, showing 1945 Germany. Hitler's brain was missing, along with other things. It was clear that they had to investigate what had happened. Not wanting to leave Michelangelo unprotected, Leonardo left his students guarding him. If you made it this far and you have no clue why there was a Hitler brain on the premises, well, I am not sure it was explained why Armageddon needed it, but I already talked about how that came to be in the Future Shark trilogy. Just know that it was Hitler's brain that somehow survived the gunshot to the head. Meanwhile, Verminator discovered that a comet was on its way to Earth. This collision was going to be an extinction-level event, which worried him, but Craniac wasn't interested in saving Earth. He went there to make a profit before the end of the planet. In his pitched proposal, he explained to Verminator that many sentient races couldn't dream, so tapping into the memories of others could allow them to experience dreaming. For Verminator X, this was a bad plan, as most people's memories would be boring, but Craniac clearly knew about Hitler's brain, a brain with very extreme memories, and they needed to get it before the end of the Earth. Still, they didn't know that Hitler's brain was now walking with an improvised mechanic body in 1945, trying to find his past self. The Turtles went just behind him and already found one of his victims. Some people quickly chased them out to the surface, and there they were faced by both Hitlers. But since the city was under attack, one of the bombs destroyed Hitler's brain's robot. The human Hitler tried to save the brain, but Raph knocked him out. They took the brain, and since they lost the time slip remote again, they went back to the point where they came from to wait for the time window to appear again, as it was programmed to do. When they arrived, they were surprised by the real Hitler again, who thought they were demons coming for his soul. Leo took advantage of the confusion and told him they already owned his soul and were coming for his brain. Real Hitler then decided that to prevent them from taking his mind, the most sensible thing to do was to blow up his brain. A real no-brainer if you ask me. In this way, maybe the Turtles always caused Hitler to take his own life, or perhaps they changed history a little bit, but who knows? The last panel in 1945 was of the missing remote, hidden among the debris, something that would have become an essential part of a future plot hadn't the title been cancelled. But when the Turtles returned home, they discovered that Verminator X and Craniac had invaded Turtle Co. and trapped all the students. They managed to escape with Hitler's brain, and a recovered Mikey tagged along with their ship to find out where they were hiding.
Whether you're looking for a date or the love of your life, you know where to find us and find them.
The Turtles in cyber suits went after the ship to save Mikey, and they found him swimming at sea, now aware of their hideout. The Turtles, Mescal, and their students decided to invade the base. The Turtles split, with some of them fighting zombies and the other ones fighting brains. These brains were kept alive, and they were trying to take control of the cyber suits, but the armors had weapons against them. Once they defeated all their enemies, Verminator and Craniac decided it was time to put an end to them. But in the middle of the fight, Verminator was shocked to hear that Craniac wanted to carve the Turtles' brains out, as he promised him they would only take brains from the dead. This made Verminator turn against Craniac, who couldn't care less about this planet that was about to be destroyed and left with many brains, most likely including Hitler's. After this, Raph and Verminator had a standoff moment. Verminator was sure that Raphael wouldn't pull the trigger and dared to shoot him, which Raphael did. The other Turtles were shocked by this, as Raphael went against the teachings of their late master Splinter. However, Raphael considered the world a very different place than the one where they were taught that way, and besides, it was he that had to bear the weight of his decision. He simply decided to prevent more deaths by putting an end to the Verminator. But he wasn't really dead. Donatello saved his life and repaired the damage, taking some bad parts and replacing them with good ones, which sounds like a lobotomy to me. In any case, Verminator X was Manx again. Together with Donnie, they found a way to destroy the asteroid, saving the planet. As you can probably imagine, this story was more violent and darker than all the stories that came before it, and as I understand it, the title was already too dark for the standards of Archie comics. This eventually led to Steve Murphy leaving the title and the book getting cancelled. However, Murphy still wrote another story after this one that I already talked about in the Ninjara video, although he used a different pseudonym for it. But this wasn't the only adaptation of the concept. After all, what better way to sell toys than a TV show? Similar elements would appear in an episode of the 8th season named Cyber Turtles, written by David Wise, but instead of being a technology from the future, its origin was from outer space. The episode started with April investigating a break-in at the National Space Exploration Center. The only thing stolen was the Astro Viewer, a new type of telescope that used radio frequencies. The thieves were Shredder and Krang, who were hiding at a World's Fair building. Krang made some modifications to it to create a portal to Dimension X, but they immediately saw a spaceship passing close to Earth, sending a message to their people. In it, Commander Korak announced that the Glaxon Federation was now in command of the Firestar, which would make them the undisputed masters of the universe. Up to this point, Krang thought the Firestar was just a legend. It was a crystalline fragment of matter produced during the creation of the universe, and it was said to contain the power of 1,000 suns. With this knowledge, Krang brought the ship down to Earth. Shredder, Bebop, and Rocksteady went to the crashed ship to get the Firestar and stun their inhabitants in the process. Krang's plan was now to use it to bring down the barrier between the two dimensions, and for them to become the rulers of the newly merged one. The Turtles noticed and found the spaceship, but once inside, the Glaxons mistook them for their captors, taking them as prisoners. Unable to find traces of the stone, they took their cyber suits and went out to the city to find them. Just like that giant turtle toy that was announced, the suits in this version became giant mecha creatures. After witnessing their transformation and knowing that the Shredder was involved, April called Casey Jones for help in what would be his last appearance in the show. Together they would go after Shredder and Krang to recover the stone. The Turtles freed themselves very easily and took some cyber suits to fight the Glaxons before they destroyed the city. After finding out about Krang's dimensional plans, they decided to split. Donnie and Raph would stay behind fighting the aliens, while Mikey and Leo would go to stop Krang's plans. And they arrived just in time, as Casey was already fighting Shredder with a sword. In a very anime-sounding moment, Krang forced Mikey to revert to his normal form, leaving only Leonardo in giant state. Casey Jones took down Krang, and April recovered the Firestar, stopping the dimensional operations. Meanwhile, Donnie and Raph finally won the gunfight against the aliens in the city. Then they convinced the Glaxons to destroy the Firestar. They promised to throw it at the sun, and after some repairs, they left the planet. However, the Turtles had doubts about the Glaxons' promises, and it was hinted that perhaps they would hear from the Firestar again, which, of course, never happened. This version of the Cyber Samurai was okay, but I feel like the animation style wasn't suitable for it, and seeing the Turtles depending on giant robots and guns just didn't feel like the right fit for the characters. In any case, I mentioned earlier that there was a promotional comic for the CBS Action Zone. In this special, a small story by Michael Dooney, Dan Berger, and Steve Levine was supposed to happen in the cartoon universe. In fact, if it wasn't for the existence of the Cyber Turtles episode, it would have fit perfectly. In the story, the Turtles followed Shredder and Krang's traces to an old World's Fair building. There, they were surprised by an explosion and went to see what had happened. When they arrived, they found an artifact with odd markings. They didn't have enough time to inspect it, as they were surprised by an armed company that came out of a dimensional doorway, speaking in an alien language. But the artifact knew English and shot something at the Turtles, giving them the cyber armors. In them, the Turtles were able to understand the alien language just in time to hear them say they were going to eliminate them before they were ready for battle. But once the Turtles were in full armor, the troops escaped and promised to return at a later date to retrieve the Cyber Matrix units. Then, a girl came out from a portal. Her name was Mal Kelal, and she explained that those soldiers were assault troopers of the Drawl Empire, and the Matrix was the planetary defense system of her world. Ages ago, the Drawl came in, through deceit, trapped the Matrix in a null field and sent it into the void. That left them wide open for an invasion, and since then, they have been slaves. However, she was part of a band that was trying to recover the Matrix. She transferred the Matrix from the Turtles to her and returned to her world to liberate it. So in this version, the cyber suits were also from outer space, but the point could be made that they were futuristic. As a toy pitch, I think the concept worked very well, but it could have been expanded more to create more action figures out of it. This comic became famous, Thanks to its promotion of the never-produced fourth movie, The Next Mutation. You can watch this other video if you want to know more about the original films and the sequels that were never produced. Thanks for watching.
Boy, I be taking forever looking for that unmute button.
Damn,
so
where is it?
so what did you think of this Archie series? Like, I showed you different moments of throughout the issues because it's 72 issues, and the Cyborg series, that's like based on when the Ninja Turtles go to the future and all that, and it's really some of the last few issues of the Archie comics. It's like, I think 60 something in the issue category. So what do you think of all the stuff I showed you about the TMNT Archie series?
Overall, it's pretty interesting. Like I said, it made me look at it in a different light because I always thought it was just something for kids. Now, mind you, I do like turtles too. I actually like I think it was the cartoon from the 2003.
Unfortunately, Peter Layman, I can't even say the creators' names right, but unfortunately, they kind of sold their soul. They sold it to these networks that just changed their product. But if you go to the comics, the good source back in the old days, you see those dark and gritter stories. You see like arms and stuff getting cut off. Like, TMNT is a dark adult product. If you just go back in the past, like in the 80s and the early 90s, the first Ninja Turtle movie was a little dark, and then parents started complaining, and then that's when the second and third one was like kiddish. So
Okay.
yeah, TMNT had dark moments, but barely, because parents like to complain and all this other washed down networks and shit. Like, fuck. Like, have you seen the Spawn animated series in the 90s?
Yeah, I like that animated
Yeah,
series.
I love, they should do a Ninja Turtle like that. Like, just dark animation to the point, gritter. I want to see a dark Ninja Turtle cartoon. I want to see that. That would be so amazing.
Facts. What company can you see making this darker turtles if they were allowed to?
I don't think any company could. I just think all these companies is just gritting to like kids, that they're making everything kids. Like the Marvel movies, to me, is kid
They're like
friendly.
kid movies, a lot
Yeah,
of jokes, and
yeah, hundreds of jokes. Like, can't take moments serious. They're just thinking about, oh, we gotta sell the toys to kids, but they don't understand adults like this shit. Most of the time I go to comic cons and comic book stores, it be adults.
yeah, be adults in there.
Yeah, so I don't understand why they're making this stuff kid friendly. I don't get it. I
And the kids
really,
don't even like this stuff either, barely.
yeah, a lot of the kids don't. If they might like it, but they don't love it like we do.
Like we do, yeah.
Yeah, they'll probably watch it or whatever, but they don't love it like we do. They're not. This is like a tradition for us, and Hollywood is destroying it.
And what I find funny is that kids don't even like these new heroes anymore, like Captain Marvel and characters like that. Kids don't even like those heroes anymore.
Yeah, kids don't even like Superman and stuff anymore. I think it's weird, but it's like
I
I
would
can't.
blame the companies though, because they don't
Yeah,
ever show Superman in nothing anymore.
yeah. Back in the 90s and 80s, they was promoting the fuck out of Superman.
Yeah, 90s, 80s, even like I'd say until about mid 2000s is when they stopped caring about Superman.
Yep. They just stopped promoting him. Now he's a product of rape. His son is gay. May I go further? Like, Superman's just a mess now.
And apparently he's not strong anymore. Supergirl is stronger than him.
God, God, with the feminist agenda, why do they keep doing this? They're breaking my heart, man.
Me too.
Yeah. I'm glad that you're starting to join in these streams. I like to hear your intake and stuff, and I appreciate you for watching the videos. And how long have you been like a fan of the show?
I want to say I want to say about 2 years now, because how I remember seeing your channel was that Superman and Lois rant, which was, I think, a couple of years ago. So yeah, I want to say about 2 years now.
It's crazy. I look back at some of my videos and I'm like, man, it feel like I just did it yesterday. But some videos be 2, 3, 4 years ago. I'm like, damn,
Facts. Time just goes by so fast.
time is going quick. Soon this video will be considered old. Like time is crazy, man. It don't stop for nobody.
For real.
So
Yeah, but
soon,
you've been inspiring me to want to get back out of my shell and starting to get on these YouTube videos and do my
I
own
I
videos.
think you should do a YouTube channel. My goal is to get as much real YouTubers as possible. I want to you seen the Geeks and Gamers channel, right?
Yeah.
My goal is to get it's like 9 or 10 of us.
Hmm.
My goal is to get us all to have one channel together, and
That'll be
then
dope.
we promote all our channels through this one channel, and we can build a brand like Geeks and Gamers. And my goal is to have real YouTubers, people that's not PC or political, and it will be raw in our videos. People's feelings will get hurt. There will be emotions, and that's how my goal is trying to do it. Like I'm trying to think of a name now, but I want us to have like a big YouTube channel together that we just do shit together. And,
Yeah, I'm down for that. That sounds awesome. I'm down
yeah,
for that plan.
and I feel like you need to bring up your independent YouTube channel too. And I liked some of your videos. I think you should like keep it up, man. Like
Yeah, I think what do I want to, because The Flash is the most recent thing, so maybe I'll finally say some stuff about the Flash movie.
just keep talking shit about Hollywood. We need more real people on YouTube because it's so many PCs. Even the small YouTubers are trying to be political correct now because they think that's the way to get to the money. And it's
But I
just
think that's also how I found your channel too, because I saw these different reviews and I'm like, there's no way that y'all think this product is good. Everybody's saying
yeah,
the same thing, same thing, same thing. When I finally saw one of your other videos, I think I was the only person that typed it in on YouTube. I was like, there's no way that people think this Superman and Lois show is good. I typed in Superman Lois rant. And I think yours was the first that came up. It says Superman and Lois suck dick rant. I was like, yes, this is it.
yeah. That video was darn near legendary too, man. I consider myself the king of rants because the way I go off on some of these movies and TV shows is crazy, man.
You
Even
might
I
even
laugh.
want to get like a compilation of some of the things you said, because I think in your Miles Morales one you said, I'm beating on my chest like a goddamn gorilla. That shit had me dying. I was
Yeah,
like, yes, this
I was
man.
like, I'm beating on my chest like a goddamn gorilla. I was doing it too while I was talking.
Yeah,
But
I heard you I was like, yes, he's putting his heart into this. This is how you know the video is real.
hell yeah. One of my favorite videos was calling out the black community on that Spider-Man shit.
Yeah, they need to, because like I said, you already know I'm black too. I just want to see our black characters not be treated like side characters and not just to be the bad guy, because they always like race swap us and then make us the bad guy. Like King the Conqueror, for example, even though he was good, that's just an example. Like they always have us in those kind of roles. Why can't we be the superhero front
I
center stage?
I can't tell you how many people I argue with the Spider-Man Miles Morales movie because so many people said it's good. I just don't think it was. I felt like Miles Morales took a backseat in his own movie, and then people keep saying, "Well, it's the Spider Verse. It's not about him," but they're promoting him as the main character.
Yeah,
So
he's the main character,
yeah,
but
so don't give me that.
yeah.
Yeah, people like, oh, it's not about him. It's about all the spiders. Like, shut the fuck up. They just did the Spider Verse just so they could promote the white Spider Mans and the Spider Woman's. Like, they just used the black face to bring the black market into the movie. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's the
And then
switch and
like
bait.
we get slapped in the face when we
Yeah.
watch it.
What did you think about the movie?
So I actually did watch it. I didn't pay to watch it. I watched it online. I agree. I was like, where's Miles?
Yeah.
First, first 20 to 30 minutes, I'm like, okay, this is cool, but where's Miles? Where's Miles? We finally get him.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
He got like kidnapped or something, and he had to get saved by Gwen Stacy and the female spider. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I see what they doing.
That's usually the female position before the feminist agenda. Usually the female gets captured and stuff, and the main hero has to save the day and stuff. Like, why couldn't he save his girlfriend? Why did she has to save the dude? Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Like,
they
it's
know what
just
they're
some
doing.
soft shit. Yeah, it's just soft, sensitive, weak bullshit. I want like some manly shit, you know, like it's hard, man. If I had the money, like I wrote some characters on my own comic, but I don't have the money for the art and all that stuff. Because I would make my own comic book, my own superhero. Because it's time for more independent people, and it's really going that direction right now. More independent people doing their own shows, fan films, whatever. Because Hollywood is just dying.
Yeah, I've started to see that pop up more now too, for
Yeah,
sure. Because people,
Hollywood's dead.
yeah, Hollywood's dead. They're tired of the same bait and switch and feminist agenda, the gay agenda. They're
Yeah.
tired of that.
Most girls don't know about this shit, so it's like most girls don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
I don't get it.
Out of all the girls I've dated, none of them cared about comic books or Star Wars or nothing like that.
Yeah,
like I have.
I only dated one girl that was kind of into this stuff, but she was more of an anime head. But she kind of like Marvel or DC, but she wasn't like hard into it. That was only one girl. But all the other girls, they didn't care about the shit. They
Yeah,
thought I
they,
was weird and shit, but they still liked me for who I was. But I would love to find a girl that is into this stuff, that's into comics, cosplaying, stuff like that. It's just,
same. But whenever you do find some of these girls, they only like white dudes.
yeah. I made videos on that. If you go to Comic Con, most of the black girls be with white dudes. I call that mental poison.
I
That's
agree.
sad because they want to fit in to the nerd culture. They're like, this could be the closest way I could fit in by dating this white dude. Like they wouldn't even give a black dude a chance that's into the nerd shit. They won't.
For real.
Yeah,
Because they've been taught that black men are toxic or something.
yeah. And a lot of black dudes do the same thing. That's nerdy. They'll date a white girl. And one Uncle Tom told me, he said, I don't date my own kind because they could be related to me. That is just the
That's stupid.
dumbest piece of shit I ever fucking
That
heard.
is so stupid. I've never heard of something like that before.
Yeah. I if you look up Indiana, it is the biggest Uncle Tom coon state you ever fuck. Like I'm pro black for the most part, so black people hate me because I'm gonna spit my shit. I'm gonna spit the truth, and I don't hold back. That's why I don't have much friends. Like,
Damn.
yeah, because I just to me it's like if you don't be yourself, who are you?
Right. And if you're gonna be an Uncle Tom, then
Yeah,
what? Like, who are you? Because you're not being your real self either.
I don't know if you read my comment sessions a lot, but when that Black Panther movie came out, it was a lot of Uncle Toms and coons.
I think in one of them, somebody said, "Oh, you don't know the definition of Uncle Tom," and I'm like, are you stupid or what? Uncle Tom
Yeah,
is literally a black guy that likes to kiss the white man's ass.
exactly. And there's different versions of Uncle Tom. There's a historic Uncle Tom that helped black people uh, like get stuff and try to help them out of slavery. And he was very smart. A lot of people don't even know about that Uncle Tom. That's where the word Uncle Tom came from. But obviously, I was using the slang,
The slang.
the black slang term. Like some of these people are just stupid. Like you got to be so specific or these idiots is just going to say, "Oh, you're wrong. You're that." Like, fuck off. Shit. I remember one video. I was like, "Go to hell and suck a dick before you get there." I'm definitely a character in some of my videos.
For sure.
Oh yeah, it was the Juneteenth video. I went off on that.
Oh yeah, you did. You went off in that Juneteenth.
Yeah, I went off on that because some dude out of some store was like, "You celebrating Juneteenth?" I'm like, "Nigga, we ain't free. Where's our 40 acres of land? Where's our mule? Like,
For
shut
real.
the
I'm
fuck
still
up."
waiting on those reparations.
Yeah, like
Remember
where's
that
our
Dave Chappelle
reparations?
episode? I'm trying to be like that.
Okay, like we working 8-10 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's free to you. But we
Yeah,
got
we're still
pay
slaving.
on. We got to pay taxes and all that shit. That's free. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, we're still slaving. We're just not being whipped.
Yeah, it's just it's called modern day slavery. It's happening right now. Most of us is getting underpaid, overused, and they just see us as a product.
Facts. That's
Yeah,
all it is. We're just a number to them.
yeah, we're a foot soldier. We're a goddamn foot soldier, but people think we're free. I spit on the Juneteenth flag. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't celebrate that. What's
Yeah,
funny
yeah,
is it hasn't even really been popularized until the most recent years anyway.
yeah. They celebrating all holidays. You know, a few like a week ago, it was a day that suck dick day. Like they
Was
really
it?
have,
What the
yeah,
fuck?
it's really a national holiday.
Wow.
Yeah, look it up. It was June something. I can't remember. I think June 24th. Like,
That's
come on,
definitely a day I'm not celebrating. What the fuck?
okay? Like it's a holiday for every fucking thing. But what I don't get about the gay pride shit, why did it have to be in the White House? Like really? Like it's that deep that the White House celebrated, but the White House don't celebrate Juneteenth, but they could celebrate
But they'll
Pride.
celebrate the pride. Yeah, that doesn't make
Yeah,
any sense.
yeah. Are you serious? And then Pride got to be like for a month. Like first off, you can hide being gay, but you can't hide being black. You
Right.
you can't hide being a color. Like we really went through depression and all this stuff. I know gay people probably went through some of it, but y'all could have hid that and not go through that. Like we could not do that. We couldn't have on and off button back in the 1800s. Like gay people have an on and off button that they can use. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
see it too.
yeah, but
Because they can hide it.
yeah, but we're supposed to celebrate it. Like fuck out of here, man. and it's like how many it's like no matter how many rants I do, no matter how many videos I do about justice, about political stuff, it's like everybody just keep criticizing me and say, "Hey, Paul, you're wrong. You're not this." Like some of the comments is just ridiculous. Like I have to turn off some of my comments sometimes because it's like I can't fight back all these people, you know.
But
Like
what I started realizing is that people are just stupid online. They're just hateful. Because what I was saying in the chat the other day about when I was on TikTok, somebody was trying to argue and fight with me, saying that Gal Gadot she's coming back as Wonder Woman. I'm like, nah, dude, the DCEU is done. The Flash movie killed all of that. We're not getting her
yeah,
back as Wonder Woman.
who it's like to me she was okay, but she didn't do such a great job where she's the only one that could play Wonder Woman. Like people need to stop that.
Yeah, like I can see a couple of other good actresses playing Wonder Woman.
Just like people was pissed when they fired the Superman Henry Cavill. Like he there's other people that could play Superman. He's not the only one that could play Superman. Now they should have had Henry in this Flash movie. It was stupid to have Supergirl when Superman was actually the character that was in the comic book.
Yeah, he should have at the very least been
Yeah,
in the Flash movie.
I just don't understand why they mention his name so many goddamn times and he wasn't in the goddamn movie.
But I think it might have something to do with both Superman and just that actor because I mean they had a hard time trying to do anything with him after Man of Steel, and then Batman v Superman came, and I think that's what messed everything up. We got Justice League, but he was CGI'd in that movie. And it was like, okay, so it was like DC was like, okay, we don't know what else to do anymore. Let's go ahead and not use Superman anymore. People hate this CGI. And then I don't know. I feel like they did something to Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill must have slept with somebody's girlfriend or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. But it's like,
Well,
how do you just.
the rumors is he was too expensive.
Was he though? Because I mean,
yeah, they was paying him a lot of money to be in these superhero movies. Like he got paid $500,000 just being in that cameo with the Black Adam.
Really?
So,
damn.
yeah, 500. I wish I get $500,000 for being in a 20-second cameo.
Yeah, me too. Shoot.
I think he only said like 2 words.
Yeah, he was only in it for like a minute, and that was it. That's crazy.
Because I read something that he was too expensive. That's why they let him go. He was too high.
That's crazy though, because outside of Superman, I know he's like in the Mission Impossible movies, and he does like, what is it? That one movie on Netflix, Sherlock Holmes.
Man,
what about The Witcher?
Oh, and The Witcher. He's in The Witcher as well. But it's like, is he really that expensive?
He's not really a known name, really. Like outside of Superman, not a lot of people know him.
Because even before I saw Man of Steel, because I went with my uncle and rest of my family to see Man of Steel, and we liked it. I was like, you know what? Who is this guy? I haven't seen him in anything else besides this.
I need to give Man of Steel a chance one more time, but I just did not like that movie. I felt like he played a bad Superman because I felt like that wasn't the heart and soul of the character. He was just too dark. If he played Cyborg Superman, I got it. Like if he played like an alternate version of Superman, I get it. But to play the traditional Superman, to me, that was not Henry Cavill. I could not do it.
I like to consider it like an alternate, darker take on Superman, because I felt like some of the stuff that makes Superman was present there. Like he saved people. Like when he was a kid, the bus went and like the bus driver crashed the bus and the kids were about to drown. He saved the kids and then he disappeared, and then something else happened. He saved some people. The army, like a lot of people complained that he didn't really save a lot of people in Man of Steel. I felt like he saved a lot of people in Man of Steel, and he still did Superman things. Like there was a scene in the beginning where a captain was like, "Oh, there's some people there, but we can't save them." And Superman was like, "No, we can save them." And then he's like, "Nope, just stay right here." He disappeared, and you see him save the people on that ship, and you see him lift up that giant turbine thing. I was like, yeah, that does sound like something Superman would do. But I do agree with you, Paul, that he probably should have been a little bit more like, "Hey guys, citizen, I'm here to save the day." He was more like depressing and other scenes.
To me, there was some moments that was just out of trait for Superman. Like
I agree.
It was one moment he was questioning, should I have saved them and stuff like that. I'm like, what? Yeah, you should have saved them.
Because I saw him like literally go and save people without question.
Yeah,
I think the problem was the one thing I didn't really like about it was his father. Because in the comics and in like anything else you see, his father, Jonathan Kent, always inspires him to save people and be this beacon of hope. But then in the movie, he's like, "Oh, don't do that because people might be afraid of what they don't understand." That's like the opposite of what Jonathan Kent would tell Superman to do. So that's what kind of made Superman's goals a little bit more conflicting, because he was listening to what his father was saying, and his father was like, "Oh, I don't know if you want to save this person now, because if they see who you are, then they might become scared or something."
Yeah, like
kind of
I didn't get some of the stuff.
I think what made it really good for me was the action and him fighting General Zod, because that General Zod actor was very good. I like some of the stuff he said.
Yeah, General Zod was good.
Yeah.
General Zod was good, but it did another reason why I didn't like the movie, because it felt like a ripoff of the second Christopher Reeve Superman movie, where General Zod and the other crew was with them. Remember the second movie?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, man, y'all couldn't go with a different villain.
I kind of they would have went with a different villain, but at the same time, like that General Zod, the stuff he said, "Oh, I'm gonna take everything from you, Kal-El."
I actually liked him in this Flash movie, even though the Flash movie was terrible. I just like how aggressive he was and how he was just beating up Supergirl ass.
Yeah, but I got scared at first because I was like, "Oh no, she's winning at first." But
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
he,
I got scared of that too.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, y'all gonna do this feminist agenda. She's gonna save the day. But that's the only good part about the movie, that the bad guys kind of won. And I kind of like that stuff, but
but I
I
mean,
just,
it feels like it's cheap though, because like even though they died, Flash still got out of there and fixed the universe, kind of, I guess,
yeah.
in some way.
Eldris Miller had to go. For them to keep him in this project was awful. They should even really have released a movie, and that's why they're losing money. They're not going to probably get their margin back because of promotion and all of that stuff. They didn't make a lot of money doing this movie. They might break even. Might.
Yeah, because everywhere I go on YouTube and online, it always says like, "Oh, the Flash movie bombed. What is WB gonna do now? What is DC gonna do?" I feel like they should have did what I thought of in the movie. They should, at the end of the movie, what they should have did is that the Flash like runs back into the Speed Force, and I guess if you want to get rid of Michael Keaton Batman, he takes him back to 1989, and he's like, okay, I got to figure some stuff out in the Speed Force. And then at the end credit scene, he comes out of the Speed Force, and it's a different actor. And Batman looks at him and he says, "Flash, you look different." And he's like, "Hey, Bruce, I just figured some things out in the Speed Force." It's a different actor playing the Flash.
Yeah, they could have easily switched that. Eldris Miller could have probably been in the movie for 10 minutes and then we got a good Flash. Like
Yeah.
they could have easily fixed that problem, but they didn't. They said it would be too expensive to do even more reshots. Like
All
this
they had to
movie
do
was
was delete those scenes where it was like two flashes, because I thought the two flashes was stupid.
awful. These was three huge mistakes that they should have never have done, and they should have put it in the movie. And this is what cursed them. They should have had Reverse Flash. They should have had Superman, and they should have had Batman's father.
Thomas Wayne.
Thomas Wayne.
Yeah, in this movie, Thomas is his name. Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
They should
You
have
know
had.
what would have been cool? To me, I thought this would have been cool if he went to like a different part of this. I don't know, if like he ran somewhere and you see like a bunch of Batman on screen together. It's like Thomas Wayne, Batman, Michael Keaton, if you want.
Christian Bale.
It should have had all Batman on screen together. That kind of would have been cool.
Yeah, they should have had Thomas Wayne Batman.
And they should have had Wonder Woman versus Aquaman. Remember in the comics?
Yeah.
Like in the comics, yeah, the Atlantean versus the.
I'm pretty sure that was probably too expensive for them, but they should at least have Reverse Flash at the very minimum. Have Reverse Flash and have Thomas Wayne Batman at the very fucking minimum.
And you know what's lazy? The director was like, "Oh, the Reverse Flash did kill Barry's mom, but you just don't see him." That's stupid storytelling. That's lazy.
Stupid. Just dumb. I'm pretty sure they was planning on doing a part 2 and then they was going to have Reverse Flash, but this movie tanked, so we're not going to get it. So fuck no.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't make this.
Yeah, I agree.
Up, man. People say I'm an asshole, but it's a reason. It's like they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Like you said in your one video, I want more than the slice of the cake. I want more than just that.
Yeah, I want the milk. God damn it! Give me my juice. Give me the ice. I try to think of all type of shit. Like sometimes I do try to be funny on purpose, like just talk shit and stuff. Oh boy, that's crazy.
So, did you still like Michael Keaton's Batman in the Flash movie, or you didn't care for him that much?
I didn't hate it, but he looked weird in a suit. It was time that to me to see him at this to see him in this movie, and this will probably be the last time he wears the suit. It was bad.
I would blame that on DC though, because he was supposed to be in more after this Flash movie. He was
supposed to be in the Batman Beyond movie.
Yeah, I would have loved to see him with that Batman Beyond suit. Maybe he should have had that Batman Beyond suit in this movie. Would have been interesting.
That would have been cool.
That would
If
have
you
been
played
cool.
Batman Arkham Knight on PlayStation or Xbox, they have a badass looking Batman Beyond suit. It's like all tech and like that suit is awesome. If you
It's
haven't seen that suit, check it out. That's the suit that they should have gave Michael Keaton's Batman.
And I like the suit. Have you heard of Dawnbreaker? It's like a Green Lantern in a Batman suit.
Oh
ooh,
yeah.
That's cool.
That would have
it,
been dope.
it's like they never do anything to surprise us. They just give us this boring Hollywood formula in every fucking movie. Just boring. Like, come on, surprise us. Do something. Add an
Yeah,
extra.
like shock us.
Yeah, shock us. Can we have shock value in some of these movies sometimes? Does everything have to be released? Do I have to know the script before the movie even come out? Like,
Yeah, because people send it in links. So when I see them, now I know what's happening.
yeah, it's like, jeez.
And you know what? I used to be that kind of person that would never look into spoilers or try to figure out what's gonna happen in the movie. But ever since Avengers Infinity War, because in the trailers it showed the Hulk fighting in Wakanda, but we never saw the Hulk because he wouldn't transform into the Hulk after he got beat up by Thanos. So I was like, wow, we could have seen him in Wakanda fighting some of these guys and no Hulk.
The end games was total trash.
Agree.
Endgame, it
Endgame.
was mostly just all talking and walking
Yeah,
around.
two
Endgame.
hours conversation.
Endgame is the worst disappointment I have ever experienced.
That would be my second. My worst.
Because think about this. Think about this. This was an 11-year buildup. We
Yeah,
were kids. Then we became adults.
yeah. They did build this up for 11 years. They put
And then
tons.
they're trying to explain. So they're thinking we're dumbasses. So if you didn't see all these movies, then watch them all. Don't recycle this shit on Endgame.
Exactly. To me, my biggest disappointment of all time was Star Wars Force Awakening.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I spent I felt like a jackass. I spent $1,000 worth of fucking merchandise before the fucking movie came out, and the movie was awful. I had the Dark Mount costume on during the movie. I wanted to burn the damn suit at the end of the movie. It was just I'm like, ugh.
Didn't you say that was the first movie you cried out the theater?
Yeah, I cried. I cried. Like this was the feminist version of New Hope. That's all it was. I was in tears. I'm like, is this what Hollywood has become? We can't get nothing. Because I thought Finn was going to be like the Jedi.
Agree. Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, I was so hyped for Force Awakening. Fuck Disney. Fuck Star Wars. Uh, fuck Marvel. Fuck DC.
It's like, dang, DC sucks, Marvel sucks. Damn, where else are we supposed to
Star
go?
Trek's dead.
You see why I'm trying to get into anime? I did a video a couple of days ago. Tell me some top 10 animes because America's not doing it right.
Facts.
Yeah.
Hunter, pretty good. If you haven't seen that one, it's
Death
made by the
Note.
same.
I saw most of the first season. I just couldn't get into it.
What?
The main character to me was kind of annoying.
Oh, Gone, the little kid.
Yeah.
It once you get because it's supposed to be like a tournament kind of arc that happens in the second half of that first season. Once you get to where they all start participating and fighting, that's when it started getting like really good.
Because I watched most of the first season. It just
Have you seen Death? Have you seen Death Note?
I seen a few episodes. I couldn't get into that either.
How about did you finish Yu Yu Hakusho?
I'm still watching that.
Yu Yu Hakusho is like 90, like peak 90s good anime right there.
Oh yeah. Have you heard of this anime show called Speed Grapher?
No, is that good?
It's an anime. Yeah, I heard things about it, but yeah, my friend told me it was good.
The only thing is wrong with Yu Yu Saga. I feel like it's too easy for him to defeat the demons. I don't like that. Like it feel like it's not a challenge for him when he just started. Like in the first like 10, 15 episodes, he was defeating these demons and he got too lucky to me. That's
But
the
you
only
gotta remember, he's always been like a fighter that's been fighting on the streets his whole life. So then when he got those powers, I guess because he got training from Genkai as well too, Master Genkai. I don't know if you made it up to seeing him meet her yet.
I think I watched the first 15 to 20 episodes so far.
Oh, okay. So then it's gonna lead up to it. Then it's like a master that he ends up training for, and she teaches him like a lot more powers and stuff like that. And then I guess that's kind of where it starts making sense. Like, oh, this is how he can do all these things because he. I don't know how to explain it. A lot of anime always has these type of characters where it's like they're always like gifted and they're just always good at doing certain things.
Yeah, that's the part I don't like. There's three things I don't like about anime. Sometimes the main character be overpowered. Second thing about anime, too many filler episodes.
Yeah.
And then third time, their humor is really, really bad. A lot of anime they joke a lot, and I don't like it about that. Like I remember one Naruto episode, it was like a filler, and he kept making jokes about eating all this food in the village. I'm like,
Oh
okay,
yeah, Naruto's notorious for filler. It's
yeah,
very notorious for filler.
And
yeah,
what's that? And wasn't that Dragon Ball when he turned people into cookies?
yeah. Dragon Ball Z. That's when I stopped watching it when Naja Boo was turning people
Oh,
into
Majin Buu.
yeah. I was like, I'm out. Like this is silly now. Like
Listen, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, but even I can admit, like, Dragon Ball stopped being good. I want to, you know what? I'll even admit that Dragon Ball is not really even that good right now with like
are,
Dragon Ball
are
Super.
are you talking about Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball like when Goku was a kid?
Or Dragon Ball
I'm
Broly?
talking about like Dragon Ball Super, like its
Oh,
current
that
incarnate.
shit's garbage. I
It's
watched the
trash.
first few episodes. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's trash.
That Dragon Ball Super is awful. They should have just let it go.
I
The
agree.
the Cell Shock saga
The
should
Cell
have been
Saga
there.
is my favorite saga of Dragon Ball Z.
Mine's is Freezer. I thought it was emotional when Vegeta was dying and he was telling Goku how their planet got destroyed. I almost wanted to cry.
I actually cried when I was a kid. When that scene happened, because my dad, I think, was watching it with me. And he was like, "Why are you crying?" I'm like, "It's sad because Vegeta's crying too because he can't beat him." And, like, it's sad.
To me, that was poetry. The Freezer saga will always be my favorite. With the movies, I love that. Remember when Gohan had his arm cut off and he was going against the
Oh,
android?
the android.
Yeah, I love that movie, and then I love the Bardock movie with Goku's father. Those are
That
my
was a
two
good one,
favorites.
too.
What about Super Broly?
Yeah, the first one was good. The other ones, to me, I didn't like when Goten and Trunks had to beat them.
I hate Goten and Trunks.
Yeah, it's like Trunks could be cool. The future Trunks is good, but not the kid one.
Future Trunks is awesome.
Yeah, the
What
kid.
about Piccolo?
I like Piccolo, but he's not even really that powerful. That's one bad thing about Dragon Ball Z. It's only like certain characters that pop.
What about Beerus?
Oh,
Yeah,
Beerus, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's cool. He's my favorite Dragon Ball character.
Yeah, if we're talking like new Dragon Ball characters, I like.
And Yoshi, what's his name? It's Yoshi. It starts with the Yoshi.
You mean Master Roshi?
Yeah, Master Roshi. There you go.
Yeah, Master Roshi is cool too. But yeah, Beerus is cool. I like the Super Broly movie because I'm a Gogeta fan.
Oh, you like Vegeta?
I was saying Gogeta, the fusion.
Oh,
But I like Vegeta too.
yeah.
Vegeta's my favorite.
He's my second one too. And the first one's Beerus.
When I was a kid, Piccolo used to be my favorite character. I think he probably still kind of is. I used to love Piccolo.
Oh yeah. And Paul should watch One Punch Man.
I saw the first 6 episodes of it. I gotta finish it.
It's good.
Have y'all ever seen Bleach?
Bleach. I heard of it.
Bleach is a good anime, but unfortunately, it's kind of like Naruto, where it has a lot of filler. You just
Yeah.
have to go online, and I think season 2 is probably the best season. It's like when the girl gets captured, she gives the main character her powers, and then I guess when they go to the Soul Society, that's when they're like, "Oh, you can't give people your powers, so you're gonna be set up for execution." So they try to. He ended up going to the afterlife to try to save her from execution. I thought it was a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah, anime to me, that's the new direction because Marvel and DC is not gonna learn their lesson any.
Marvel, DC, and Star Wars.
Yeah,
Just
it's
like what you said, Paul. Damn, Marvel suck, DC suck. Where else do we go?
Star Wars suck.
the only thing I really watch now is sports, and a lot of times I miss that because I be at work or I gotta sleep. So that's the only thing I try to watch.
Same, yeah. I be at work so much.
Yeah,
They be
I
slaving out here.
I usually buy the NFL package because I'm a huge NFL fan. I got about over 100 jerseys,
Which
hats.
one's your favorite jersey?
You said what?
Which one's your favorite jersey?
Oh, Russell Wilson. He's my favorite player of all time.
He's cool.
Yeah, he had a bad season last year, but he gonna pick that up, man.
Mine is Derek Carr, but
Yeah.
he's leaving the Raiders.
No offense, bro, but Derek Carr's trash.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Raiders,
I respect you though.
the Raiders should have been got rid of that dude. That dude, he throws too many
I'll tell
interceptions.
you this. I'll tell you that he's better than LeBron James. Even I'm talking sports. I know that has nothing to do with it, but I'm talking about sports.
I can't stand LeBron James.
And yeah, a lot of people tell me, no, LeBron James is a good person. I got a lot of death threats when I said I didn't like LeBron James.
Oh, wow.
LeBron James has sold his soul the last few years.
And I didn't get death threats, but people tell me like, no, you have to like LeBron James.
And that ring he got with the Lakers didn't count.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And and he cried in one of the games.
because when they was doing the playoffs in the bubble, most of the players didn't even want to be in the bubble. So that bad energy that was there, like to me, that ring doesn't count at all. In my eyes, LeBron James got 3 rings.
The crybaby got 3 rings.
Yeah, Mister, I have cramps.
Mr. I'm a terrible actor.
Yeah, he's an awful actor. I
Oh
don't see
yeah,
how
from
he.
Space Jams.
I saw that and I wanted to leave. That was the first movie I walked out of the theater.
Space Jam's in House Party, awful. I'm
And
like,
Trainwreck.
yeah, dude can't act, but for some reason they keep giving him movie roles.
I like Shaq as an actor than LeBron James.
Yeah. Even though Shaq is awful.
Remember that movie he did, Steel?
Oh yeah.
That
Don't
movie was horrible.
remind me.
The reason why he got that because he's a huge Superman fan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Steel is a Superman character, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a huge fan. He even got it tatted on his arm.
And he has the logo in his house somewhere in the living room.
Yep.
Hold on, don't open that.
Shit, I wish I had Shaq's money. Shaq making helly money out here. Even retire, Sports Center, all that shit.
What about do y'all like Michael? Do y'all still like Michael Jordan?
Yeah, I like him as a player, as a human being. I don't care for him. The stuff I heard, some of the stuff he done, building prisons.
Have you seen the Air movie where the guy made Air Jordans? It's called Air.
Oh, with Ben Affleck, I think.
Yeah,
And Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, I can't stand Mark Ruffalo.
I don't like Mark Ruffalo is an okay actor, but he had no business being Hulk.
I can't stand Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Like Mark Ruffalo, I like to call him.
Ruffalo.
Yeah, that's a good one.
They should have gave Edward Norton everything he wanted.
Yeah.
I think that would have been the better. Like we would have had an
To
awesome.
me, Edward Norton is the best Hulk.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
And I like the movie, and I was so surprised of how many people hated that movie.
Yeah, I love the Edward Norton Hawk
Yeah,
movie.
me too.
It's amazing.
That's my second favorite MCU movie.
And I
Yeah,
loved when he fought the Abomination at the end too.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
They brought him back. I don't know if you noticed, Paul. They made like you know how they made the Smart Hulk like a bitch and like he's small and everything.
yeah, that's just
There's
stupid.
a scene in She-Hulk. I didn't watch the show, but I saw the clip on YouTube. There's a scene in She-Hulk where I guess Abomination and the Hulk try to fight each other for like a couple of seconds. Abomination is at least 20 times taller than the Hulk. The Hulk looks like a little baby compared to how big Abomination they made him look.
That is,
He looks like a remake of the 2003 Hulk.
Yeah, he does.
yeah. They could have done She-Hulk way better because She-Hulk is one of my favorite female superheroes.
Mine too.
And
And the actress that plays She-Hulk, she's fine too. But
yeah,
the CGI for She-Hulk was ugly.
unbelievable, awful. Uh, they was better off just finding a woman bodybuilder and painting her body green. They was better off doing that.
For real.
Yeah,
I was saying I thought Layla Ali could have played a decent She-Hulk if she looked a little bit younger.
boy. I don't know why they went that direction. Because the She-Hulk is really not even that cocky and big, so you could have really just painted a human green that's a bodybuilder. She's
Yeah,
not like Incredible Hulk. She's not like a big life figure like that.
she's just tall. She's like
Yeah. She's like 7'8" or something, or
yeah,
8 feet
she's like
tall.
7 foot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You could use camera lens and stuff to change that up. They didn't have to go that stupid CGI route.
Yeah, she looked horrible.
Awful.
You turned into She-Hulk. I already knew the show was gonna be trash when she was talking to Bruce and she was like, "Oh, I can do all this infinitely better than you." I was like, "Oh, I see what they're doing."
Feminist agenda.
And they're gonna bald they're gonna bald the other Hulk, the son.
He looks stupid as hell. He had like a. Did you see how the Hulk son looked, Paul?
Yeah, that was bad.
It looks
that
like Homer Simpson.
that hairdo. Are you
Blame Kevin
kidding me?
Feige though, because they had a cooler design for the concept art. He was supposed to look more like the comic book version of his son, and he was like, "No, I think he would look better if he looked like this instead with his haircut." That's what Kevin Feige said.
Kevin Feige deserves to be fired.
Yeah,
I've been saying that
he's
for
giving
years.
he's giving us filler.
I think
Kevin
I
Feige.
think to me, like every 10 years, they should swipe off with somebody else. Like he's burnt out. He's done. Give us somebody else. He's done.
Facts.
Yeah, the man is out. Boy. But I'm probably gonna end this stream. I need to get my black ass to go to sleep.
All right.
I know my buddy is mad because Jay Leno. He wants to join this stream, but I'm too tired. It's over. He should have joined an hour ago.
He said he wanted to join.
Yeah, now he want to join. It's over. Yeah.
All right, but just hit us up in the group chat.
Yeah, and try to do some more videos, man. You had some good content. Like,
I think I'm gonna do a flash. I'm gonna work on a flash video and talk about the state of DC.
Let me know when it comes out. Send me the link and I'll watch the video.
Bet. I'll share it in the Discord.
Yeah, okay. I see y'all later. May y'all live long and prosper.
Thanks. You too.
Thanks, you too.
And may the force be with y'all.
Star Trek.
Yeah. I'll see y'all later. Appreciate y'all. Yeah. Oh shit. I thought I ended this stream. If y'all want to donate, the link is below, and I'm out.